Okay, so injury update on Justin Fields. As we stated before, he'll be out this week, but he's improving. And the mobility is getting better, swelling's went down, the grip strength is better. So it's trending in the right direction. But again, he'll be week to week, and we'll know more on Monday. But that's where it is right now with Justin. It's good to have Darnell back today. Darnell Wright did a good job in practice today, so we're good to see him back there. Moved around well. Again, we'll still assess that as the weekend goes here, but looked like he was in a good spot. Feeney, same thing. He banged up his knee there on Wednesday. He came back in a limited role. Again, we'll have to wait and see here in the next couple of days, see where he is. And then Brisker had a little groin tightness today during practice, and he was limited. Started out practice, and we sat him out the last few periods, but we feel he's in a good spot there too. But we'll have to assess him later today and see where it is. But that's where he's at. And then with the honorary captain, we got Yannick Ngakwe as our honorary captain this week. He's been playing well, practicing well for us, and that's where he is. In terms of the O-line depth, we've had a lot of different combinations this week, and we'll see where that goes during the course of later today. We'll solidify that. Again, I'm not going to talk about who's playing what guard, left guard, right guard, center, all those things for obvious reasons. And again, we'll solidify that as we go. With that, I'll open up to questions.
This is obvious, and I'm sorry, but when you're talking about reevaluating Justin Monday, safe to presume A, no IR stint this weekend, and B, no surgery.
Yeah, I would say what I could say is that what I just said. I would say that, repeat that, but I would also say that it's we're not on that path right now. Okay. So like I said, we're trending in the right direction, but again, you can't make that declaration right now. It's about to continue to see the improvement as it goes.
But you would, if you're going to put him on IR, there's obviously the roster deadline tomorrow, as it applies to having an extra space for this week.
Yeah.
So you're not planning on putting him on IR tomorrow?
It's not our path right now. Yes, sir.
What do you want to see on Monday?
Just improvement. More improvement, more mobility. You want more swelling going down, and then see him. The grip strength is really where it is. The functionality of it. And if we see more of that, that's obviously trending in the right direction. That's where it's done this week. So that's where it's looking good.
What is something that would go the wrong way that say, actually, we need to change course and surgery is an option? Like, what are the things that would put that on the table?
I would just say that where the progress stops, and you're just saying, okay, that's where it is, So I just think that, again, that's what they're telling me it is right now, and that's all the information I have.
Will he be able to do anything Sunday in the pregame warm-ups, just conditioning-wise, or continue working on his thumb, or are you just going to kind of rest him?
Yeah, he's not gonna do that, but he's been doing conditioning during the week, of course. He's been running on the side field there, and he's been doing all that. Yeah, so he's been, keeping himself together.
Has he tried to throw since the injury?
Yeah, his grip strength isn't there yet. So we'll see where it is, as we go. He's just working with the trainers, right now.
What's the difference for you between Brian Hoyer and Aiden O'Connell?
Yeah, obviously the obvious is the experience. Hoyer's had a lot of ball. He's seen a lot of coverages. He's seen everything. And so he's been in a lot of meetings. With Josh. So they have a familiarity there. He has a good feeling for that offense. So I think it was a comfort level there. He's got solid mobility to escape when needed. Okay, but again, that's not what he does. He's a rhythm passer. With O'Connell, I would say that obviously big strong arm. Big player, big target. So he's not as mobile back there. Again, we saw him against the Chargers, and you saw that what he did in there. But that's really the difference. They're saying I don't think the offense will change any if one comes in for the other. We'll have to see where it goes, but I think it's going to be the same offense.
You said Darnell looked like he was in a good spot.
Yeah.
Good enough, you think, to start?
Yeah, I do feel that. Again, we're going to assess it later today, but today he looked like he was in a good spot.
What's the one thing that you want to see from Tyson on Sunday, Bagent?
Yeah, just the operation of the offense. He's if we just operate the offense, and put the ball where it needs to go on time, it's going to be a good day. So that's what he needs to do, and he's done a good job with that all week. He's got confidence, he's got poise, and he had a good week of practice. So just do that on Sunday.
Do you think you guys will elevate Doug Kramer? Is Doug ready to roll?
Yeah, I think that depends, you know, I think that's a possibility, certainly that's on the table. We'll see where it goes, and obviously the health of our players that were in and out this week will dictate that, we'll decide that later today.
Devontae Adams was doing a little talking this past week. Are you anticipating a heavy dose of him this weekend? And then maybe how does your previous experience playing against him?
Yeah, I would say anytime Devontae's on the field, we expect a heavy dose of him. So you know, he's really one of those top receivers in the NFL, and he's been that. And he's a great athlete, great competitor. You know, he's a great technician. You know, he's got really good ability to make guys miss off the line to get open down the field, and he's got really good start and stop for his size. Great hand strength. You know, ability to stay open. So yeah, he's a guy that you have to work on during the week and deal with during the game.
What has Yannick done that you wanted to make him the honorary captain this week?
Just the way he's been a pro and the way he's worked. I mean, he's been a great teammate. He's helped the younger guys. You know, we got a couple young tackles in there. He's been very helpful to those guys and just been an outstanding teammate in terms of his work patterns. And he earned that right.
What jumps off the tape to you when you watch Maxx Crosby? It doesn't seem like he gets a lot of attention league-wide, but then when you watch him, it looks like a kind of a beast out there.
Yeah, I guarantee you that when everybody plays him, they get attention. He gets attention because his effort. That's the thing that jumps off, you know. And of course, he's a great athlete and he's got great flexibility. He can stay alive in the play. But the effort, the effort. And Travis had him. Coach Rod had him. So he's a great teammate. He's one of the hardest workers from what I hear in practice. So those are the kinds you guys want. Your best players got to be your hardest workers.
You keep mentioning Justin's grip strength and wanting to test that. How are you guys actually measuring that? Is there a device that he's?
Well, I'm just getting word from the trainers right now.
Okay.
Just from the trainers. And I just talked to Justin, asked him how he's doing. He told me it was getting a little bit better. So
When you guys come in Monday, what will you be looking for from him? What will he need to do?
I would just say more, the swelling goes down a little bit more, right? And then the grip strength is really where it's going to be. So we just get it from the trainers, and then hopefully he'll start gripping the football, and then it's progressing from there. Start throwing a little bit, and then we'll see where it goes.
How will you evaluate when he physically can throw, he can grab it enough to throw, but maybe it doesn't look quite right? How will you, it's not fully back yet, how will you gauge his viability there?
Yeah, I mean, it just, what does it look like? You just look at it and say, hey, what's the speed? What's the spin? The accuracy? All the things that entail there. You just look at it with your eye and really talk to him about it. How does he feel about it? Where does he feel he is with that? Because he's the guy that's doing it. He's the one that can feel it and feel the strength there and the spin and the accuracy.
Now, was there anything that surprised you about the way Tyson prepared this week, just knowing he was the starter, or was he pretty consistent?
No, he was consistent. He's been that way, because I'm always back behind the offense, and when the play comes in, and he obviously has a helmet on there. When Justin is the starter, I would always ask him afterwards, say, okay, tell me about the play, and he would tell me about if it's a combo play or if it's a run pass kill or a run kill, whatever that is. He was always on it, and that's what I was talking about, being able to conceptualize, a lot of information and be able to put it in a simple form so, he can operate out there. So he's done that since day one. Again, I'd ask him 2 or 3 times during each period, and he was always on it.
Now, what's your concern level for Roshan right now for being out this long?
Yeah, it's always a concern. You're more concerned for the individual to make sure they're okay, because that's a real deal. And when you go through concussion protocol, everybody's different, right? Sometimes guys come right back and it's not that big of a deal, and then some guys have lasting effects, and that's why the NFL has put that concussion protocol in, and it's for a great reason, right? We're stepping in the right direction when it comes to that, and he just is where he is right now, So he's progressing, and hopefully he works forward to that where he can come back.
Is it fair to say that whenever Justin's healthy, that he's gonna be back in there? That this is more just Tyson's just gonna do it for as long as Justin's out?
Yeah, obviously Justin's our starter, and we're working, him back in there. So we'll see where it goes, and as he progresses, we'll see where it is.
Man, I'm sorry if I missed this earlier, but I'm sorry if I missed this, if you said this. Are you planning to put Nate Davis on IR tomorrow?
We'll discuss that later today, all the IR stuff. You know, I think it's, you know, Ryan and I are gonna discuss that later today. So it's, I don't have an answer for you right now on that.
Thank you.
Okay?